Crazy people out here in the cold looking for rocks. What kind of nuts are these people anyway? That's really pretty. So many beautiful rocks. That's a nice thing to find on my way out. Hi everybody, it's Kate from KatyDid, and we are near Miles City, Montana at the Yellowstone River. We're actually waiting for a big snowstorm, but we thought we'd hit the river before it comes. Come along. So we are here in mid-April, and the ice is melted, and we're hoping that it has knocked some of these chunks of rocks awry, askew, whatever you want to call it, and uncovered some agates that maybe weren't discovered in the last summer. Miles City is actually a pretty populated area, and there are lots of rock hunters here, so by the time the end of summer came around, this place was pretty picked over, but we'll see. We'll see what happens now that we have fresh gravel, or at least some fresh gravel. So, just in case you're wondering what the rejects of other rockhounds look like, this pile here, somebody was sorting them, they had picked them up. They're quite pretty. Jim's being nice and squirting them off for us. They're very pretty, but of course, they aren't the Montana agates that everybody's looking for. And so they got left behind. And weirdly enough, right next to that pile, I am pretty certain this is an agate. Yes, indeed, it's a nice waterline agate. Pretty good thing for the first agate of the day. Oh, hi, Kava, thank you. Thank you for the kisses. You want to say hi to the camera? Oh, yeah. So this is the agate, and this is the pile. So I'm literally 2 feet away. Isn't that funny? Huh, maybe this showed up after the pile was made.
I can't believe it. Not big.
Oh yeah, look at that's got some nice things in it, huh? Dendrites, that's what I'm trying to say.
Dendrites.
Very nice. Good,
Yeah.
good start.
Small.
Small but mighty. Ooh, here's a piece of petrified wood that I'm gonna pick up. Well, I sprayed this off just because this yellow color caught my eye. But if you look here in the center, it actually has some chalcedony in the middle, and then these things are kind of plumy all around it. So a jasp agate, certainly, but it could have some really beautiful colors in it. Just in case you were ever in doubt that this was volcanic rock, here's a little piece of lava for you, just right sitting in the middle of all of it.
Somebody looked at this one and set it aside.
Aw,
Poor little thing.
it's a near agate. So it's supposedly about 50 degrees here today, but the wind is about 20 miles an hour, so it's cold out here. And it's cloudy, which makes agate hunting a little difficult. But I'm happy to be able to get out because this weekend we're supposed to have almost a foot of snow. So I'll take it. Well, I'm not positive because, oh yeah, I think. It's super hard to tell because the clouds are covering the sun, and so it's almost impossible to absolutely tell if something is an agate or not because they all look kind of this dark brown, but this has water lines in it, so that indicates to me that yes, it is indeed an agate. Jim found a bucket on the beach. Now he's carrying it and putting his own rocks in the bucket. Now he's a real rock hound. These piles here are actually the remnants of what was a huge bank of ice. And you can see they're a different color than the rocks all around it. So the ice came up on shore, and when it melted, it left all these rocks. I have a faint hope that some of these rocks will be agates and will have been brought here by the river. It is hard to tell because of the muck and because of the sun. I think that, oh yeah, that one's a devil stone. Devil stone is my word for the porphyritic basalt that looks just like an agate, but it's not.
And your gold jump.
That's a milk agate. Mean that too. And that one. And that's porcelainite.
Kind of pretty.
Yep.
Porcelain.
Yep. That's probably quartzite.
Quartzite.
But still.
Still, I didn't think I had anything there. But
Well, you might as well look at them, right?
yeah.
Oh, that wind is so cold. We just saw this thing in the mud, and it's probably nothing, but it's big enough that I thought I'd dig it out and see what I could see. Okay, so yeah, it's actually, it's a wannabe. It's definitely made of microcrystalline quartz, but it's just got all these extra minerals in it, so it's nothing. Darn it. Let's see, this one looks a little suspicious. It's lumpy, it's bumpy, but sadly, it's nothing.
This one's trying awful hard.
Yeah, that's nothing too. I just wanted to show Jim this. See this? All those little bumps there?
Oh, yeah.
That is, do you remember what it is?
Nope.
Coral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a fossilized coral. Cool, huh? This is probably nothing at all, but this shape made me squirt it off. Yeah, see, it's one of these cool, like, not rock nodules that are made of, I don't even know what. They're a softer rock than agate anyway. It's nothing. There's another devil stone. Okay, I'm giving up on the dirty rocks. It is just too cold and too cloudy to really be able to find much of anything. And so I am going to go back to the clean rocks. I'm going to find what I can find. I'm sure there'll be some beautiful jasper. Who knows, we might even find an agate. But I'm just too frozen to walk along and find rocks in this stuff.
This petrified one.
Yes, it's a beautiful one. Very cool. When you're searching in the clean rocks, sometimes there's some really unusual rocks that you can find that aren't necessarily what everybody else looks for. This one, I'm assuming, is some kind of jasp agate, but it has kind of really cool plumes on the other side, and I know that it would be very beautiful cut, so I'm going to take it home. Sometimes I'm absolutely wrong about what it looks like inside. This is a lot more boring than I expected. Oh well, can't win them all. One benefit to hunting in the clean rocks is that you can see exactly what they look like. This is a beautiful piece of banded jasper, destined for my tumbler. And this, well, most people would say is probably just a chert or a jasper, some kind of mixture. It's got the most incredible colors on it. Coming home with me. I would have said this is a piece of porcelainite because of the texture and weight and so forth. And right here, I mean, that really does look like it. but it also really looks like a piece of wood, piece of petrified wood. You can see here where it was broken and then cemented back together. It's just a cool piece. I'm going to take it along. So I mentioned that we would find some pretty jaspers, which is what I'm guessing this is this beautiful green jasper. In this light, it looks almost translucent, but I don't think it is. Ah, it's pretty though. Gotta love green jasper. One way to tell if something is an agate is this rind of white on it. And this is really much more normal around in the hills. And I haven't sprayed this off yet, so I could be just looking at a piece of jasper. But that white rind made me think that it was an agate. And I think it is, in fact, a really dark kind of, almost a root beer color. We'll look at it better in the light. Well, Jim has decided it's much too cold to be out here, and he's totally correct. But since I am out here and I'm filming and I feel like there's more to... I'll just stay out here for a little bit longer, see what else I can find. I'm headed back to the car. I'm just not going to go straight there. Kava's ready to go. Well, most of the things I'm finding, I'm just kind of throwing in the backpack, figuring that I'll show them to you later because it's just too cold. But this is a kind of cool little agate that I wanted to show you. That's kind of pretty. Some kind of mixed jasper. Mixy, mixy, mixy. I like the colors on that. This is a piece of jasper, but what made me decide to stop and pick it up is I flipped it over with my foot and it has this kind of nodule formation on this side, but then you can see where it's broken. It's got this just beautiful color in it. Yeah, I'll take that. That's an interesting rock. Looks a little bit like a beating heart. Anyway, I am headed back across the river here and back to the car, and hopefully we'll get some nice close-ups of this stuff when I get home. Crazy people out here in the cold looking for rocks. What kind of nuts are these people anyway? That's really pretty. That's really pretty. Oh, there's a nice piece of agatized wood. Oh, that's a nice big chunky chunk. Chunky, chunky, chunky. In the muddy, muddy, muddy. Mud, 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 mud. Okay. That's washed off enough. Okay, now it's time to cross the water. My boots are supposedly waterproof, but I don't believe them. So I go fast. Just as I was turning off my GoPro and heading back to the car, I saw this interesting piece. And it's not an agate exactly, but it's very, very hard. So I'm going to take it along and we'll take a closer look at it in the light. And meanwhile, I actually spotted this little guy. I'm kind of wondering if he's an agate. By gosh, I think it is. That's a nice way to end the video. I wonder if there's any more agates hiding here. Oh, this is kind of funny. Right almost to the car, I found somebody had discarded this, which is a piece of unakite. This green is, ooh, let's see if I can remember. Nope, it's gone. Olivine, aventurine, and the pink is feldspar. I'll have to double check myself. Anyway, isn't that pretty? Well, that wasn't the most beautiful weather I've ever had for rock hounding. But you know what? Any day on the river is a good day. I hope you enjoyed yourself and enjoyed seeing some of the finds. And if you want to share in the treasures, check out my Etsy store, KatyDid Rocks. The link is in the description below. This is Kate from KatyDid. Keep on doing.